Could Geno be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC, and what would that look like?
Block content.
What's happening, my Blocked buddies? Welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum. This is going to be your content for today. It's a brand new year, and it's a new year for Blocked Content and Blocked Content fans alike, because we actually are starting off something new here. And I know for the past few weeks we've done a lot of Snake Codex and we've got a lot of leak speak to go around. Today I wanted to focus on something a little bit different and see how you guys like this, because I wanted to talk about characters that could be appearing as DLC in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and kind of see what the reasoning would be to include them, what the potential movesets could be, how likely I think these are. So I want all of you in the comments down below to request some characters for us to talk about. If there's anyone that you really want to see in Smash Brothers, let me know, and maybe I'll discuss it in the next episode of this series. And of course, you can donate to Patreon and you can actually request one, and I will make a video about them. So the reason that I chose Geno is, well, it's varied, and there are a lot of reasons for me to talk about this character in particular. I feel like there's a lot of evidence that pointed to Geno actually being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's base game. Of course, we already know all about the Grinch leak and all about the promise that gave the fans, and ultimately Nintendo, of course, didn't really deliver on any cool promise, with the final fighters being announced as Ken and Incineroar, which are cool characters in the game and they work amazingly, but that was a little bit of a letdown at the end of these reveals. But I believe Nintendo might have an ace up their sleeve, and I feel like that could be from the Mario franchise, just not from the regular Mario characters. Now, I feel like Nintendo in the recent past has put up a tweet saying, who are you on, Team Mallow or Team Geno? And these two are characters from the game Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, which is a really great game. I have never finished this game, but I really intend to, and it would be awesome to do it live with you guys on, Block Plays or something like that. But I feel like it would be really cool to, have all of you guys kind of dive a little bit deeper into who this character really is, as I feel like a lot of, younger viewers might not have played this game, and I could kind of talk about who Geno is as a whole, but also why he would be perfect for Super Smash Bros. Now, Geno's real name is actually Heart, and then like a music note, and then exclamation mark, and then a question mark, which is unpronounceable, and they even say that in the game. That's like his original name. That's the star being's name, and that, no one can ever pronounce that. It would be like the weirdest gibberish ever. And this character is actually a sort of star being, a single star being that floats around and is actually from Star Road. And Star Road is kind of different in Mario RPG, allegedly, as, it would be in a game like Mario Kart. But let's just combine them into the same, right? And this being, floats around and then arrives in an inn and then sees a couple of dolls hidden around. And so it's like the store, right? And he chooses to inhabit one of these dolls. And later in the game, actually saying that it's, basically described as the strongest. I chose that one because it was the strongest, and then chose to have the name of the doll, which the doll was already named Geno, so that could have been like merchandising in that world. And so the character is named Geno, but so the soul of Geno is a lot different than what it actually is, which is a doll. So these are like two characters in one almost, even though one of them is, not really a character. So it's a star being, right? And it's being described as having a very high attack in this game. So I could see it as a Smash character being extremely powerful, maybe not really all that fast, and maybe not, great reaction times like that. So maybe a little bit like an Ike, maybe, but then, of course, not having sword moves, but having more these ranged moves. So high attack, very low defense, as it's described in the game as well, and has, even faster running speed than Mario, which is crazy because Mario is already pretty fast in the Smash games. So having Geno there and being even faster than Mario, that's with that strength, because Geno is even described as being stronger than Bowser. So take a character that's faster than Mario, stronger than Bowser, where could the weaknesses of this character be? So I feel like, maybe Mr. Sakurai is not going to like perfectly balance that to what the lore is of the character, and I could definitely see that happening. But I feel like this could potentially be a very strong character just from, the moves that it has. So there's a move that Geno actually can use in the game, which is called Geno Whirl, which sounds awesome, by the way. And it can actually deal, 9.999 damage if you actually time it perfectly. So that could potentially be a final smash of sorts. There are a lot of other attacks that this character has, from Geno Beam, which is like one straight beam, and you can actually add more, if you time the attacks correctly, which a lot of these attacks from Mario RPG do, if you, time it kind of like in Paper Mario. And this is a really cool mechanic that I feel a lot of fan games have already used with Geno, and it would be awesome to have a timing-based character in the, roster of Smash Brothers, because that hasn't really been done before. You could maybe see Incineroar as having some moves that work like that, but I feel a character like Geno could maybe have every single special move be increased with, 3 stars appearing, so the move will deal a lot more. So it also has Geno Boost, which is to boost an ally's attack power, which is strange to be kind of seeing in Smash Brothers because you are not always playing a team match, but it could definitely be, a boost to your own, so maybe it would be a down special move or something that you kind of boost your own stuff. Maybe it could even be similar to Cloud, which would be very funny because they were both square characters. So if they're both square characters and both have the down B that kind of charges sort of a limit, that could actually be, the Geno Boost. And I feel like Geno Whirl, this could be like a disc of light thrown. It's a very simple move, but it could also be a final smash kind of, attack. I feel a lot of people are thinking that it would probably be Geno Flash, which he actually transforms into like a wooden cannon, which, is like, a wooden, puppet cannon. And he shoots like this big energy blast, and you can damage a lot of characters at once with this attack. So that feels like a final smash, either way that you describe and see it in the game. And there's, Geno Blast, which is just, a lightning strike. It's a simple attack, and I could definitely see it as like a standard special move or something like that. So in terms of the attack power that this character has, I feel like the Mii costume that we see in Smash Brothers has great potential because, Geno has a gun for an arm. We can definitely make use of that in the move set, so it could be really fun to have standard, smash attacks be just, shooting a big blast like Mario's forward smash, or, even, like villagers attacks where, a couple of aerials are shooting these, tiny projectiles, which I feel could really fit well with Geno's character as well. So having the special moves be very special big attacks that require some command inputs and some perfect timing, and some of these standard moves actually just being these awesome, quick stabs and quick shots. So in that sense, I feel like the Mii costume has actually done a lot of groundwork for Geno. I feel like that's a pretty awesome template, and if you have actually played as the Geno Mii costume in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, well, that really feels satisfying. And of course, it doesn't really feel like you're playing as Geno from what you remember in Super Mario RPG, but it still is very special. And I would kind of like everybody who's listening to this, looking a little bit at that original game, because it could be really awesome to dive a little bit more deep into the rich history of that Super Mario RPG game. I feel like there's a lot of lore to it. I feel like it expands on Mario as a character, which is really cool. And even, Bowser and Peach, and then adding great characters like Geno, but also Mallow. And I feel like having that universe introduced in Super Smash Bros. Would be crazy insane, because Smash Bros. Is already huge with so many franchises, but I feel like adding Super Mario RPG to the Mario franchise in the game is just going to open up so many doors, because they've been closed for a long time now. I think Geno's last appearance was maybe in Super Mario, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and I know a lot of my viewers really love those games as well. And he was in a minigame, the Star Stash Smash arcade game, and he was like, explaining the rules of this mini game, but he didn't even return in the new one, the remake, the Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. So there's a lot of reason to think, even with, Square being very protective of their brands in the new Smash Brothers game, and, even having just, 2 music tracks or 3 music tracks or something, it's insane. So I feel like there is a lot of hope for Geno. At the same time, I feel like we should all be a little bit cautious thinking about this. So I'm really curious what you guys feel are the chances of Geno, and put down in the comments what character you want us to talk about next, because there are a lot of characters out there in the ether that could be appearing as DLC very soon, that could be announced, maybe at the next January Nintendo Direct. So let me know in the comments down below. And of course, the comment question, which is, do you want Geno in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? As for the previous comment question, it comes from Zach Sonic Me, saying, we better get Bandana D since she will be perfect for a new Kirby rep. Oh, Megalor would work though, and Waluigi can still be DLC. It even fits. Waluigi's a cheater. I can't even imagine the ridiculous reaction we'd have when seeing himself as an assist trophy while actually battling. He could have so much variety moves that we don't have Destruction Dance Waluigi pinball music anymore. And he could have Waluigi pinball as its stage, and Destruction Dance could be his song. Well, thank you so much, Zach Sonic Me. I feel like Waluigi is a choice that, for me, is not going to happen in this game. I feel like it's a big bet for the next Smash Brothers game, which will be a couple of years away. I feel, no, having shown up as an assist trophy, I don't think this game will tackle the whole, hey, it's an assist trophy, but when you choose the character and have assist trophies on, they'll turn that character off. I don't think it'll happen in Ultimate. I feel like wait till the next game for characters like Isaac, Shadow, Waluigi, a couple of more characters like Ashley to become fighters in the Smash universe. It's not happening this time, in my opinion, but I'm really curious what you guys think. Also, remember that there's a giveaway for an awesome t-shirt. Just printed these, and I'm very happy to give one away. We're almost hitting 25K, and we'll actually give away this What's Happening, My Block Buddies branded blocked content t-shirt. So be blocky with us, wear it, and be awesome. And of course, you can always donate to the Patreon. I know a lot of you guys are already joining, and the tiers have been amazing. I really love that you guys give me ideas, and you answer the polls, and you come up with these original video ideas that I can only get made because you guys join the Patreon. So the next level of blocked content love is on Patreon. So you're making a big difference. Thank you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the blocked content family yet, well, hit that subscribe button, and all the news and fun that you care about will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great new year, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more blocked content. See ya.